Have you missed me? Well, this summer I haven't done a lot of videos because I've been away. What a crazy world we're living in at the moment. We've got the UK government giving money away abroad and stopping pensioners from having heating allowances this winter coming. And they say let the broadest shoulders take the tax burden. So the broadest shoulders in the UK are the pensioners. But anyway, you've got North Korea trying to steal all the cryptocurrency from the ETFs, apparently, allegedly. We've got wars in practically every orifice of the world. And yet we struggle on, don't we? Even though we don't really have a struggle here in the UK. Some would say we do, some would say we don't. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because I've got lots of things to share with you today over this week of what we've got new coming to Johnny Blockchain. And also what I thought I'd do is I want to set up a trading bot and give you an idea of how you start your trading bot. You know, where do you start? Do you just click the button and start? Well, you could do that, but I think if you want to get your bot to be more productive, then you've got to put a little bit of effort in to help the bot get the best start it can. So let's have a look on my laptop and I'll give you some ideas of how you could start a trading robot that makes you a passive income. So I'm on Johnny Blockchain, and what I've done is I've come up to the Trends tab, and then I've gone over to Pancake Swap Trends. I'm going to be choosing a token from what's trending at the moment. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this screen because I want to use a calculator as well. So I'm just going to right click on here and click duplicate. And then I'm going to come up to earnings calculator. And then from this screen here, in the right hand corner, I've got this calculator here. So I'm just going to click on that calculator and that gives me this pop up. So I'm going to keep that. So I'm going to come back to that in a moment and choosing a token. Okay, so we've got these two top ones here. Let's just have a look if we sort this like this. So we've got OM and we've got Cake if we're looking at the 24 hours. And this is the 7 days and 30 days. Now, these ROIs are collectively for these bots. There's 111 bots running on this OM, 243 running on Cake, and that's got 10.38 to 3.2. So I'm going to look at this OM first, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this chart symbol. That opens up Dex Screener. Now, this is just for reference. This is not necessarily the price of the token in the liquidity pools. It could fluctuate depending on the liquidity pools that's being used. Now, what we want to do is we want to put some things on the screen. We want to change some of the settings. Now, what we're looking, if you come up to the top here, I've got a few default settings. I've got 1 second, a minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and you can choose those and you can put them however you want them. You put stars next to them. Okay, so they're favorites, they stay up there. And then once you've done that, is what you want to do is you want to come along to this arrow here because you might not see the next tool I'm about to show you, and that's the settings. So we click on the settings and you've got the candles, you've got these here's the symbols, we're not interested in that, and then you've got this arrow that points up and points down. Now what we want to do is you see this one, it says high and low price. We want to click on that, and if you look, it puts it on the screen. It's got high and low. So if I take that off, you'll see it goes off. It's in blue on my screen. Yours might be a different color. So we want to put that on the screen. That's what I like to put on the screen. So now this tells me what the highest price has been over, since June, because these candles, each one of these candles, I've got it set. If I come back on this arrow, I'll show you. I've got that set to a day. If I come down, a day. Now our trading bot doesn't trade by the day. It trades every minute to 3 minutes depending on the token. I want to put it on the day to give me an idea of what's happened over a course of a longer period. So we're going back to June because each one of these candles is a day long, and we can see from June the lowest price is 06357, and from June the highest price is 137. So I'm going to take those two numbers and I'm going to put them in my calculator. So I can see that that's 116% difference. Well, that's giving me about a bit of back testing, a bit of back trading to show me that this crypto can do some big massive drops over a longer period of time. So this is a very risky token to trade. I mean, you should always do your own due diligence, and this is not financial advice. But this particular token, now we can see that it's sitting at 0.9772. But, you know, it has got a big fluctuation there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change this to 3-minute candles and have a look what's happened over 3 minutes since the 3rd of September. It's now the 4th of September. So this is like a 24-hour window. And now we can see what's happened in the last 24 hours. So we've got a low price there of 0.9354. So let's put that into the calculator. We've got a high price of 0.9785. So I can see that over the 24 hours, there's been a change there in price of about 4%. Okay, so I'm going to use this information to set up my trading robot. So all I need to do from this trending screen is to click on the plus sign. And so that opens up a new robot for me to change the settings on. Now, obviously, I can leave it on the default settings, but I want to do a little bit of tweaking to my bot. First thing, it's automatically given that it's a new bot and the date that it was started. That's irrelevant. You can change it if you wish. It doesn't matter to the trading bot whatsoever. And then down here, you can see I've got $100 available in my MetaMask wallet, and I can see that it's picked up my MetaMask wallet. And I can also see that I've approved this token in the past because it says approved. And I've also approved lots of Tether in the past for other trading robots. So I don't have to do anything there. You may have this that it's not been approved. Then you'll just click on this word that says change and then approve the token. Now what I want to do is I'm going to put it on infinite. Okay, it's the first thing I'm going to do. And I can't make it active from this screen. I've got to set the bot up, and then from the front dashboard, I've got to make the bot active. Now, I'm not going to change the exchange because that's what the one it's done. But what I am going to do is click on this expert mode. Now, I've got $100. And if I do my first trade of $20, you'll see it says max allocated funds of 622. Well, I don't have 622. I only have $100 available. So I need to, first thing is come down and delete some of these lots off until I get this down to around $100. So I'm going to click on these trash cans or dustbins, depending on how you pronounce it, or rubbish bins, and I'll just keep clicking those until that goes down. As you can see, as I keep deleting lots off, because this is the trading strategy, you'll see that it starts to delete, bring that number down. So there we are. We're at $95.20. That's okay. Now, if we look at these settings here, you'll see that it's going to do lot 0, which is the very first one. It's going to spend $20, and it will almost buy that immediately if the price moves up by 0.01. Now, let's say I didn't want to start the bot now. So let's come over to the chart, and I can see that it's reached that high point. So there's a good chance that this could come down. So let's say I take the current price of 0.9785 and I put that back in my calculator. So in my calculator, I've got the current price, which is what it is now, and I've also put that as the challenging price, and you could see that that would start the bot more or less straight away. So I want to start my bot when the price goes down. So if I look at the chart, and if I say that I start my bot around the 9505, so in here I'm just going to change this to 9505, and I can see that that's a drop of 2.86%. So what I do is I come back to Johnny Blockchain, the trading bot, and here I want to put this into minus, and I'm going to do minus 2.86%. So that means that this robot shouldn't buy into the market until the price drops by about 2.86%. So it's got to drop from where it is now before this bot starts. But let's assume that this carries on going down and it goes all the way down to the low point over the last 24 hours, which is 9354. So let's come back to our calculator and we'll put 9354 in there. You could see that that's a 4% drop. So if I come back to Johnny Blockchain, I've got 3% there, and I'm saying it won't buy the second lot unless it drops another 2% from this point here. So that's okay for me. I'm happy with that. So all I do now is I come up to the top and I click save. And then when I'm on the bot screen, I just search for OM. And then if I come down, you can see here, here's my new bot that I just set up. And I now can toggle that on so it starts to trade. Well, this is not going to trade now. This is going to wait for the price to drop. So I can see by looking at that chart, it wouldn't be good for my bot necessarily to buy in here because, you know, I think it's going to probably drop down to say here. Now, if this was the other way round and it was down at this lower point, you know, the price was down, where is it? If we do that, if it was down at this low point where you can see there, then I may have started that bot immediately. And so with Johnny Blockchain, you don't have to enter the market straight away. You can wait for the price to drop. You can set a minus value there in your Johnny Blockchain bot and, you know, wait for the price to drop and then the bot could buy in. So you're giving your bot a good head start because you're doing a bit of due diligence. You're taking some basic knowledge because you don't have to be a rocket scientist to work the high and low price. You can see it there. And you're saying to yourself, well, I can see that it's come down and it's gone up again. So there's a good chance it's going to go down. Now, if I change this to the day, you could see that this token has got lots of quite big moves up and big moves down, you know. And if we come on this side line here, this one here, and we go to price range, and we just click that to that down there, we could see that that's a 71% drop. If we get another one of those price ranges, we'll click on the star, so it's there, it's up here all the time. And then what we could do is we could see that that's a 34% drop. This one over here was a 39% drop. This one over here was a 34% drop. And we could see that these ones, you know, 22%, and that one's 15%. So looking at that over a longer period of time, since sort of May, April, we could see that this coin can do some big drops. So I could come back to my Johnny Blockchain robot, come up to the three lines here, and then click on edit the robot, and then click it on expert mode again. And then what I could do is I could come down and I could say, well, I don't really want to let it just drop by these smaller amounts. I could start to put in some bigger drops in here so that my robot won't actually start to buy in lots until it sort of gets bigger drops, which is safeguarding you from the robot buying up in this area here. You know, like if it was buying up here and it used all your money up here, but then it carried on dropping, you know, it dropped by 8% and then you run out of money. So you could set your bot, when it's got big movements like this, you could set bigger movements to when it buys in the market. Now, any time you can come in and change these settings, providing the bot hasn't bought that lot, you know. So if it had bought this lot one, I can't now come in and change it because it's already bought that lot. And what I also like to do is I like to click this box, keep profits to sell at recent lot with the profit, you know. So that's the last lot, so to use any profits it makes. And I like to put these all on independent, and I put in here 50. That's what I like to do sometimes. So that's 50% it will give me as profit, and 50% it will use to bring down the price of the previous lot that it bought. So I've got a good bit of wiggle room in there, haven't I? You know, I've got a big drop of 13%, another drop of 12%, 7%. And then as it gets down the bottom, I've got not so bigger drops, okay? And again, you can change these. There's no rule to what you set this at. You know, you do a bit of due diligence. You can come in and play with these bots and change the settings. Johnny Blockchain will do what you tell it to do. You could use the default settings if you've got bigger budgets, but if you've got smaller budgets, then you want to come in and change the lot sizes, because there's nothing worse than over trading, meaning you don't have enough money to cover when the market drops down. So if you don't have enough money and the market drops down, and let's face it, look at Bitcoin, the market's dropping, and if we look at crypto bubble, we can see that everything's dropping at the moment. Now, if you don't have the money available to cover those drops, then your bot will stop trading. And you don't want that. You want your bot to be able to trade as the market goes down so that it can pick up profits and trade its way out of debt. The default settings will do that. The bot will trade its way out of debt on the default settings, no problem. But it'll only do that if you've got the funds available. So if you were wanted to trade with $100 like I am, then I can't have the default settings really, because I will overtrade and there's a good chance that my bot will get into trouble and it will stop trading. So hopefully that gives you some ideas on how to set up a trading robot. And I'll make some more videos on this subject. But if you've got any questions, either leave them in the comments or come over to the Telegram group. And happy trading. If you want to create your own trading robot, below this video you're going to find a link. It's going to take you over to Johnny Blockchain. You can either use it with a MetaMask wallet and PancakeSwap or Uniswap, or you can set it up with Binance.com and Binance US. You've got decentralized trading or centralized trading. Your funds stay inside your wallets all the time. So if you're using the decentralized, your funds stay inside your MetaMask. If you're using the centralized on Binance, then your funds stay inside your Binance account. You don't have to send your funds to this platform to do the trading for you. You can create a free account by clicking on sign up or register. And if you look down the bottom here, you'll see that we've got 105,000 in passive income for the members so far. You'll also see that there's over $7,000 paid in affiliate commissions. It's also got affiliate program, 98.4% of profitable trades, 0.5% are bought back, broke even basically, and then we've got 1.1% of negative trades, means that they made a loss. But 98.4% of positive trades. Absolutely mind-blowing system. It really works. It does what it says on the tin. It's a trading robot that works with PancakeSwap, Uniswap and Binance.com or Binance.us. Create your free account. Click on any of these buttons, sign up or register. It's going to bring you here. Pop your name, your email address, password, put some ticks in these boxes. Click on this box here to say complete my sign up. You can have a look round, and when you're ready to get started, if you want to set up a decentralized trading robot, it's going to cost you $25 a year to set up as many trading robots as you like. If you want to set up a centralized trading robot with Binance, it's going to cost you another $25 a year. And you can set up as many robots as you like. So if you want to set up both decentralized and centralized trading robots, it's just $50 a year for as many trading robots as you like. Click the link below, come and create your free account, and happy trading.